We love spending money on World of Tanks Blitz. Well, that's exactly what I just did, as the Erich Concept 1 has been released into the game. And it's a Tier 9 German collector medium, a very expensive collector, which is 45,000 gold for 20 crates. I think that I am going to go with the cheapest bundle, which is the 20,000 gold for 10 crates, and hopefully we end up getting the vehicle. But, well, we know my crate luck isn't always the best, and unfortunately, we literally got nothing. So I could open 20 crates, or I could do 5. I don't really have a choice. Okay. Guess I'm spending all of my money on this tank. We're probably going to get a duplicate. I'm kind of hoping we do. Because then I'll get some of the gold back. And we got 3,000 from that crate, which is pretty nice. We're at our 26th crate. Yeah, man, we... Oh, there you go. Oh, no, that was on our charm. Yeah, wow, we didn't get a single duplicate. Okay, well, that sucks. That was literally 60,000 gold to get one tier 9. So, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. That way, well, at least spending $100 is worth it. So this is the Erich Concept 1. It is a tier 9 German collector medium. It's a vehicle which features very good accuracy, as you'll notice. It has pretty good aiming time and really good penetration. 322 mils for a tier 9 is quite solid, and it will be enough to deal with the majority of armor that is going to be placed in front of you. So this here looks like a proper loadout there. We just have to put some provisions on our tank, and we will be fully ready. There you go. Just like that, our Erich is done. I do want to put a camouflage on our tank, and I got a lot of camos on this account. Whatever. This one looks pretty good. Endless space is quite solid. So we're going to put this on our vehicle like so. There you have it. Our Erich is fully equipped. So let's do a brief overview of the statistics. Take a look at its DPM, 2400. Pretty average for a tier 9. It's not like the higher, you know, the Pershing, the M46 Pershing has one of the highest values. Same for the Leopard PTA. This one's more average. We are running calibrated after all. When it comes to the aiming time and dispersion, pretty good. We are running refined gun after all to take advantage of the big bonus it gives you. Penetration is really solid, although kind of mediocre on the standard if I'm going to be real. Very good damage per shot at 360. That's the same as the Leopard 1. Gun depression at 8 degrees allows it to be very flexible. It's fast at 55 kilometers per hour. So, yeah, it looks pretty solid for the majority of situations you'll be looking at with this vehicle. Now, armor-wise is not great. The turret is around 200 millimeters. If you do turn it up a bit, it can go to like 250, 260. Tier 8s will bounce you. But there are also tier 9s and 10s you're fighting. And because of that, it means that in most matches, your armor will get some bounces, but not a lot. So, in general, it's kind of a more armored Leopard 1 down at tier 9. But it's a very fun tank. It's got gun depression, it's got DPM, it's got mobility, it's kind of got it all. And when you pair that with the fact the tank looks really cool, it's got an oscillating turret and everything, I'm excited to try it out, especially for how much money I just spent on it. Man, I have not loaded up Blitz for about 2 weeks, so it'll be interesting to see how everything works. But the good thing is, playing Blitz is pretty easy, so I'm not too worried about my skill level or anything like that. This is such a cool looking tank, though. It really is. Alright, so what we're going to do to begin with is move right over to this bush in front of me. You'll notice power to weight wise, this vehicle, it's not the best. It took us a while to accelerate just up to 50 kilometers per hour. But the good news is that it is still a fairly maneuverable vehicle. And you can also see that the alpha damage does hit really, really hard. So we're going to put on our adrenaline. That way we can get a nice chunk right into the side of the M103. And the adrenaline is obviously giving us an increased rate of fire. However, we're going to shoot the enemy Hori because the M103 is unspotted. So, yeah. Alright, well, there you go. M103 is now detected, and Nice. This is where Refined Gun definitely comes into its own. We're just able to hit shots that normally would be pretty challenging, where we can just kind of sit here, chill. We're already up to 1800 damage. This is definitely more of a sniper medium in my eyes. I mean, when you're fighting lower tiers, it's obviously going to be better than higher tiers. In a matchup like this, I'm not too worried about playing aggressive. But I still like to play pretty passive early game, especially with how the matchmaker currently works. It's just smarter. So we're going to look off to our flank, and I'm not seeing anything. We know that they have Waffle, that I haven't seen spotted yet. They also have an ISU, which I haven't seen spotted. We do know where the Hori is, obviously. So what we're going to try and do right now is... run into some really weird positions. Well, the Tiger's up top, which I did not expect, but that's really not a big issue for me. I don't know what the high explosive damage per shot is on this tank, but not a bad shot. And the Waffle rolled terrible on us, only 474. That's about as bad as you're going to get for that tank. But we might be dead, because the ISU rolled me crazy. Let's just hope that our... Oh, we get ammo racked. Well, we did fine. I mean, we did over 3,000 damage. I didn't expect the ISU to hit me there because he wasn't spotted. Yeah, and the Waffle ammo racked us. So, unfortunate. Could I have played that better? 100%. Was it the tank's fault? No, not really. Tank did fine. I mean, the DPM felt solid. As I said, the armor isn't good on the vehicle to begin with, so you shouldn't expect to get too many bounces with it, and we saw that firsthand. I just played a little over-aggressive, as I didn't think the ISU was going to have to hit on me, and that was on me. And we definitely could have gotten a really nice farm out this battle, so it's always a little sad to see something like this unfold, but oh well, it's not the end of the world. Well, you know, after looking at the team's post results, you know what? I can't be too mad at myself. We did pretty good. 3,200 damage is solid. And yeah, unfortunately, the rest of our team didn't fare all too well. Oh my game crashed. Crazy. Okay. Wargaming threw so many pop-ups at me that my game legitimately crashed. Okay, well, let me go load it back up. First, Blitz crashes, and then I play a pretty good game recording, and my video editor dies. We truly love my life right now. Oh, man. Alright, well, that's fine, because it just gives me more experience to mess around with the tank and get an idea of how it plays before I give you my opinion on it. What I will say is that this is kind of the jack-of-all-trades medium. You know, there's a lot of tier 9 mediums that are very one-trick pony. You can look at all of them, and most of the tier 9 mediums have a lot of upsides, but also trade those upsides for a lot of downsides. You have the M46 patent, which features crazy good DPM, but it has really, really bad premium pen, and it's APCR premium, so the Cali changes didn't help it at all. In fact, they made it worse. And, you know, you move over to something like the Leopard PTA, and it has no gun depression, and no armor. You move over to the AMX-30 Proto, it has armor, it has DPM, it has gun depression, mobility, but no pen. No matter what tank you look at, you're going to have some issue. However, this tank doesn't really seem to fall into that category. It has good alpha, which means, for example, a Stritzvon 81 shoots me for 198, and I hit it back for 340. That is quite the trade, if I say so. Now we have the enemy Boss Shotzion, and look at that, 402 damage shell. He does hit me back. Looks like he's actually running the stock gun on his Boss Shotzion, which to me doesn't really matter. We're going to aim it on that Yag Tiger, actually. Let's see how that aiming time is. You know what? Not bad. The shell was bad. That shell did not go anywhere close to where I wanted it to, but, I mean, oh well. There's not much I can do about that. We're going to aim it on the enemy Boss Shotzion. We've got our adrenaline running. We're going to get one shell into him, and then our defender's going to roll off to his rear. He's gone, and that leaves us with a Stritzvon 81. We had a shell fired at us. I don't know what that would be. 350 damage per shot. Okay, that's the Yag Tiger. Definitely. He just must have had some wonky angle on me, because I didn't even think he saw my tank. Alright, well, we got the Chisei, and that should be aimed in enough. There you go. 348 damage. Now, obviously, this is where having more DPM would be quite the substantial situation. but the alpha damage does feel nice. We're rolling people for 350 here, and we can see that this tank is pretty accurate. I mean, especially with refined gun and the good aiming time, I'm not struggling at all to get out shells here whatsoever, so we've gotten some good bleed so far. Now we got the rear of the Skoda again. Look at that. Nice 370 juicer into his tank. And we are sitting at 2,970 damage. So we're aiming on the flat side of the Chisei. Well, actually, we don't have the side, but it's fine. I mean, we low-rolled the Chisei, but we still penned him, and that's really all that matters. At this point, they have a TNH VZ51 left, and that's it. I don't know if we're going to get any more damage out in retrospect. I should have pushed a little bit more aggressive a little sooner. However, I don't think it actually makes too much of a difference. The 7.52's on reload, the K2's being focused by the SU-130 and Defender, which means that, yeah, we're going to get a nice little chunk into the enemy TNH. He's going to shoot me. Could care less. Okay, yeah, let's reload. The 7.52 just shot at the other player, the enemy K2. However, I think the SU-130 is going to get the clear, so we don't get any more out. But that was still a really good game. I mean, we farmed, we held, we bled. As I said, it's a jack of all trades. With the high alpha damage and really good mobility for, you know, the majority of situations you'll be in, paired with the kind of troll armor and great penetration and decent accuracy, I had zero complaints about the tank in any of these games. The first game, as I said, I played a little aggressive. I should have played more passive. Probably could have won that battle. But that's just a user error. In general, no complaints. All three games over 3,000 damage, and yeah, pretty good stuff. So the Erich Concept one in my book is a really solid vehicle. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this tank, but yeah, me, personally, I think it's really good. I don't think it's worth $100 in crates. I think if you get it for $5 or $10, yeah, sure, it's a good deal. But for the majority of you out there watching, especially you whales, I would hold off until it comes back for a second time. It's not that unique that you need to buy it right now. There are tanks similar, like the M46 Patton, which do feature quite a bit more DPM. As I said, the big disadvantage for the M48 Patton is just that it has 40 mils less a pen. But the rest of the tank's characteristics are pretty similar. Same, actually more gun depression, better DPM, better dispersion, similar mobility. The only real disadvantage, as I said, is the fact that this tank is much worse pen. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Erich, but I think it's pretty fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.